Chapter 7 Regional Aspirations. Class 12 Political Science. Welcome to Class 12 Political Science. In this video, we will understand Chapter 7 Regional Aspirations. India adopted a democratic approach to manage its vast diversity of language, religion, region, ethnic and geographical differences. Democracy allows the political expression of regional aspirations. Democratic politics allows parties and groups to address people based on their regional identity, aspirations and specific regional problems. In politics, regional aspirations get strengthened. Means, in a democratic system, people from different regions can freely express their needs, identity, and demands, which makes regional aspirations stronger. The rise of regional parties strengthens democracy. Means, the growth of regional parties helps represent local issues more effectively and provides more choices to people, making democracy more inclusive and strong. Democratic politics ensures that regional issues receive proper attention and are included in the policy-making process. Means, in a democracy, the problems and needs of different regions are taken seriously and considered while making government policies and decisions. However, such arrangements may sometimes lead to tensions and conflicts. Means, although these arrangements help address regional needs, they can occasionally create disagreements and conflicts between different groups or regions. Sometimes, the concern for national unity may overshadow regional needs and aspirations. Means, sometimes, more importance is given to national unity, so regional needs and aspirations do not get enough attention. However, such arrangements may sometimes lead to tensions and conflicts. Means, sometimes these arrangements can create problems or fights between different groups or regions. Or, not everyone is satisfied, so conflicts may happen. Areas of tension, post-independence, means, problems and challenges faced by India after independence. Post-independence, our nation had to cope with many difficult issues like partition, displacement, influx of refugees, integration of princely states, reorganization of states, mass agitations in many parts for the formation of linguistic states etc. Means, after independence, India faced many problems such as division of the country, people losing their homes, arrival of refugees, merging of princely states, reorganization of states, and protests for creating states based on language. Rise of regional parties. Means, growth of political parties that represent the interests of specific regions. Regional aspirations can be understood as specific demands made by people of a particular region on the basis of their specific language, religion, culture, geographical features. Means, regional aspirations are the demands of people from a region based on their language, religion, culture, and location. Cultural diversity in the countries of Europe is considered a threat to the nation, but to meet the challenge of diversity in India, the internal boundaries of the country have been demarcated and all groups of individuals have the right to maintain their culture. Means, in Europe, diversity is often seen as a problem, but in India, it is managed by creating states and giving people the right to follow their own culture. In India, the 1980s is seen as the decade of demand for autonomy. However, many times because of narrow interests, foreign encouragement and outside interference, it becomes a serious challenge to national unity and integrity. Means, in the 1980s, many regions demanded more independence, autonomy. But sometimes, due to selfish interests and foreign support, these demands became a threat to the unity of the country. Main reasons for the regionalism. Means, these are the main causes why regionalism develops in different parts of the country. Religious diversity. Means, different religions in different regions can lead to separate demands. Cultural diversity. Means, different cultures and traditions make people feel attached to their region. Geographical variation. Means, differences in location, climate, and resources create different regional needs. Political self-interest. Means, leaders sometimes promote regionalism to gain power and support. Unbalanced development. Means, some regions develop more than others, which creates dissatisfaction. Examples of regional movements, issues. Means, these are real examples where regionalism was seen in India. Dravidian movement. Means, movement in South India based on language and regional identity. Punjab crisis. Means, conflict related to regional and religious demands in Punjab. Mizoram. Means, movement for autonomy and later statehood. Jammu Kashmir. Means, region with special political and autonomy related issues. Demand for autonomy. Means, many regions demanded more self-rule and independence in decision making. Nagaland. Means, movement related to identity and autonomy. Northeast. Means, several movements in northeastern states for identity and development. Sikkim means became a part of India later and had its own regional issues. Goa means integrated into India after Portuguese rule and developed its own identity. Jammu and Kashmir comprises three social and political regions. Means Jammu and Kashmir is divided into three main regions based on society and politics. Jammu means region mainly with Hindu population and closer ties with the rest of India. Kashmir means region mainly with Muslim population and has been the center of political issues and conflicts. Ladakh means region with Buddhist population, geographically different, and has its own cultural identity. The heart of the Kashmir region is the Kashmir Valley. Means the main and most important part of the Kashmir region is the Kashmir Valley. The Kashmir issue is not just a dispute between India and Pakistan. Means the Kashmir problem is not only between India and Pakistan, but also involves internal issues of the region and its people. This issue has external and internal dimensions. Means the Kashmir issue has both international, external, and domestic, internal, aspects. It involves the issue of Kashmiriyat known as Kashmiri and the aspiration of the people of Jammu and Kashmir for political autonomy. Means it includes the identity and culture of Kashmiri people, Kashmiriyat, and their demand for self-governance or more political independence. A part of Kashmir is still under Pakistan and Pakistan has illegally transferred a part of Kashmir to China. Means some areas of Kashmir are controlled by Pakistan, and Pakistan has also given a part of that region to China, which India considers illegal. Before 1947, Jammu and Kashmir was a princely state. Means before independence, Jammu and Kashmir was ruled by its own king, princely state, not directly by the British. Its Hindu ruler Hari Singh did not want to merge with India and tried to quit negotiation with India and Pakistan to have an independent direction for his state. Means the ruler Hari Singh did not want to join either India or Pakistan and wanted Jammu and Kashmir to remain independent. The Pakistani leaders thought the Kashmir region belonged to Pakistan since majority population of the state was Muslim. Means Pakistan believed Kashmir should be part of Pakistan because most people living there were Muslims. But this is not how the people themselves thought, so they thought of themselves as Kashmiri first. Means however, the people of Kashmir did not fully agree with this view and saw themselves mainly as Kashmiri, not just based on religion or country. The popular movement in the state was led by Sheikh Abdullah of the National Conference. Means the main political movement in Jammu and Kashmir was led by Sheikh Abdullah, who was the leader of the National Conference Party. He wanted to get rid of the Maharaja but was against joining Pakistan. Means he wanted to remove the king's rule, Maharaja, but did not support joining Pakistan. In October 1947, Pakistan sent tribal infiltrators from its side to capture Kashmir. Means in October 1947, Pakistan sent tribal fighters into Kashmir to take control of the region. This forced the Maharaja to ask for Indian military's help. Means because of the attack, the Maharaja had no choice and requested help from the Indian army. India extended the military support and drove back the infiltrators from Kashmir Valley, but only after the Maharaja had signed an instrument of accession with the government of India. Means India helped Kashmir by sending its army and pushing back the attackers, but only after the Maharaja officially agreed to join India by signing the instrument of accession. It was also agreed that once the situation normalized, the views of people of Jammu Kashmir will be ascertained about their future. Means it was decided that after things became peaceful, the people of Jammu and Kashmir would be asked what they wanted for their future. Due to the militant behavior of Pakistan and the separatists of Kashmir, this area remains turbulent. Meaning, this means that the region of Jammu and Kashmir continues to face instability and unrest due to two main reasons. 1. Pakistan's militant involvement. Pakistan has supported and encouraged armed groups, militants, to enter Kashmir, leading to conflicts and security issues. 2. Separatist activities within Kashmir. Some groups in Kashmir demand separation from India. Their protests and sometimes violent actions increase tension in the region. Therefore, the area remains turbulent, which means it is unstable, disturbed, and not peaceful. These are three prevailing views on Kashmir. Meaning, this statement means that there are three main opinions or perspectives regarding the issue of Kashmir. Different groups of people have different views about the future and status of Jammu and Kashmir. Kashmir should be made a separate nation. Means, this view suggests that Jammu and Kashmir should not be a part of either India or Pakistan. Instead, it should become an independent country with its own government, where the people of Kashmir can decide their own future. Kashmir should be made a separate nation. Means, this view suggests that Jammu and Kashmir should not be a part of either India or Pakistan. Instead, it should become an independent country with its own government, where the people of Kashmir can decide their own future. Kashmir should be merged with Pakistan. Means, this view suggests that Jammu and Kashmir should become a part of Pakistan. Supporters of this idea believe that due to geographical, cultural, or religious connections, Kashmir would be better integrated with Pakistan. Kashmir should remain part of India but should be given more autonomy. Means, this view suggests that Jammu and Kashmir should continue to be a part of India. However, it should be given greater autonomy, meaning more powers to govern itself, make its own decisions, and manage its internal affairs with less interference from the central government. Since its integration with the Union of India, Kashmir has remained one of the burning issues in post-independence India. Means, this means that after Jammu and Kashmir became a part of India, it has continued to be a major and sensitive issue in the country. It is called a burning issue because it involves ongoing conflicts, political disagreements, and security challenges that have not been fully resolved since independence. The problem became more complicated when it was accorded a special status in the Constitution through Article 370 and Article 35A. Means, this means that the Kashmir issue became more complex when Jammu and Kashmir was given special provisions under the Indian Constitution. Article 370 granted the state a certain level of autonomy, allowing it to have its own laws in many matters, while Article 35A gave special rights and privileges to the permanent residents of the state. These provisions created differences in governance compared to other states, which added to the complexity of the issue. The former giving it special powers like having its separate constitution, constituent assembly, flag, new nomenclature for chief minister as prime minister and governor as Sadar-e-Riyasat, and the non-enforcement of most of the union laws in the state. Means, this means that Article 370, the former provision, gave Jammu and Kashmir several special powers and privileges. The state had its own constitution, its own constituent assembly, and its own flag. The titles of key officials were also different, with the chief minister called the prime minister and the governor called the Sadar-e-Riyasat. Additionally, many laws made by the central, union, government were not automatically applied to the state, which allowed it to function with a high level of autonomy. While the latter imparting its special citizenship rights prohibiting the non-Kashmiris from buying property in the state. Means, this means that Article 35A, the latter provision, gave special rights to the permanent residents of Jammu and Kashmir. It allowed the state to define who its permanent citizens were and granted them exclusive privileges. One important rule was that people from outside Jammu and Kashmir, non-Kashmiris, were not allowed to buy property in the state, which helped protect the local population's rights and resources. It was against the special status of the state of Jammu and Kashmir that there was a clarion call for abrogation of Articles 370 and 35A. Means, this means that many people and groups opposed the special status given to Jammu and Kashmir. They strongly demanded the removal, abrogation, of Articles 370 and 35A, believing that these provisions created differences between Jammu and Kashmir and the rest of India and should be ended. Others equated Article 370 and 35A as constitutionally recognized separatism. Means, this means that some people believed Articles 370 and 35A encouraged a sense of separation between Jammu and Kashmir and the rest of India. They felt that these provisions gave special treatment that made the state appear different, and therefore described it as a form of constitutionally recognized separatism. It was against this backdrop that the current NDA government presented the Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Bill in the Rajya Sabha on the 5th of August 2019. Means, this means that in the context of ongoing debates and disagreements over the special status of Jammu and Kashmir, the NDA government took action. On the 5th of August 2019, it introduced the Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Bill in the Rajya Sabha to bring changes in the governance and status of the region. For the abolition of Section 370 and 35A from Kashmir, which was passed by a majority. Means, this means that the Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Bill was introduced to remove, abolish, Articles 370 and 35A from Jammu and Kashmir. The bill was approved by the Parliament with the support of a majority of members, making the decision official. The bill was passed by the Lok Sabha on the 6th of August 2019. Means, This means that after being introduced, the Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Bill was approved by the Lok Sabha, the lower house of parliament, on the 6th of August 2019, with the support of the majority of members. After the President's assent on the 9th of August 2019, Sections 370 and 35A were repealed. This means that after the President of India gave assent to, the bill on the 9th of August 2019, Articles 370 and 35A were officially removed from the Constitution. As a result, the special status of Jammu and Kashmir came to an end. And Jammu and Kashmir got divided into two union territories of Ladakh and Jammu and Kashmir. This means that after the changes were implemented, the former state of Jammu and Kashmir was reorganized into two separate union territories. One is Ladakh, and the other is Jammu and Kashmir, each administered directly by the central government with different administrative structures. Some areas of regional aspirations in India. Punjab crisis. Political context. This heading introduces a topic that discusses different regions in India where people have expressed regional aspirations. It specifically focuses on the Punjab crisis and its political background. The term political context means understanding the political situation, events, and conditions that led to the crisis in Punjab. After the formation of Punjab in 1966, the Akalis came to power in 1967 and again in 1977. The Akali Dal, formed in 1920 as the political wing of the Sikhs, led the movement for a Punjabi Suba. On both occasions, it formed a coalition government. This means that after Punjab was reorganized in 1966, the Akali Dal became politically strong and formed the government in 1967 and again in 1977. The Akali Dal, established in 1920, represented Sikh political interests and played a key role in demanding a separate Punjabi-speaking state, known as Punjabi Suba. In both instances when it came to power, it did not govern alone but formed a coalition government with the support of other parties. During the 1970s, a section of Akalis began demanding political autonomy for Punjab. This demand was reflected in the Anandapur Sahib resolution passed in 1973. The resolution aimed to redefine center-state relations in India. This means that in the 1970s, some leaders of the Akali Dal started demanding greater political autonomy for Punjab, meaning more powers for the state to govern itself. This demand was formally expressed in the Anandapur Sahib resolution of 1973. The resolution proposed changes in the relationship between the central government and the states, giving more authority and independence to states like Punjab. The Anandapur Sahib resolution was a plea for strengthening federalism. However, it was also interpreted by some as a demand for a separate Sikh nation. This means that the Anandapur Sahib resolution mainly aimed to strengthen federalism, that is, to give more powers and autonomy to states within India. However, some people misunderstood or interpreted it as a demand for creating a separate Sikh nation, which led to controversy and confusion. Over time, leadership shifted from moderate Akalis to extremist groups. The movement gradually turned into an armed insurgency. This means that with the passage of time, the leadership of the movement moved away from moderate and peaceful Akali leaders to more extreme groups. As a result, the movement became more aggressive and eventually turned into an armed insurgency, involving the use of violence and weapons. In June 1984, the Government of India carried out Operation Blue Star, code name for Army action in the Golden Temple. In this operation, the government successfully flushed out the armed militants. This means that in June 1984, the Government of India launched a military operation called Operation Blue Star inside the Golden Temple in Amritsar. The aim was to remove armed militants who had taken shelter there. Through this operation, the army was able to eliminate and drive out the militants from the temple complex. In 1984, Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi initiated talks with moderate Akali leaders. Efforts were made to restore peace and normalcy in Punjab. This means that in 1984, Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi started discussions with moderate leaders of the Akali Dal to find a peaceful solution to the Punjab crisis. The main aim of these talks was to reduce tensions, stop violence, and bring back normal life and stability in the state. In July 1985, Rajiv Gandhi signed an agreement with Harchand Singh Longowal. This agreement is known as the Punjab Accord or Rajiv Gandhi-Longowal Accord. It aimed to bring normalcy to Punjab. This means that in July 1985, Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi made an agreement with Akali leader Harchand Singh Longowal. This agreement is called the Punjab Accord or Rajiv Gandhi Longowal Accord. Its main purpose was to reduce conflict, restore peace, and bring normal conditions back to Punjab. Chandigarh would be transferred to Punjab. A commission would resolve the Punjab-Haryana border dispute. A tribunal would decide the sharing of Ravi Bees river water among Punjab, Haryana, and Rajasthan. Means. These points describe the key provisions of the Punjab Accord. It was decided that Chandigarh would be given to Punjab. A special commission would be set up to settle the border issues between Punjab and Haryana. Additionally, a tribunal would be formed to fairly decide how the water of the Ravi Bees rivers would be shared among Punjab, Haryana, and Rajasthan.